Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do my full review on the QSP full titanium penguin right here. This thing is a cool ass knife. This was loaned in to me by my new brother Brandon Thrasher. You can check him out on YouTube. Brandon Thrasher is the name of his channel. I will link it below. Here's a sticker of his. Got some of these made. Check that out. He sent me a few of these. They've already been sent out. So this is the last one I have here. Going in my sticker pile. And whenever I send out giveaway items or packages or whatever, I put in people's stickers to spread the word. Know what I mean? So big thank you to Brandon for loading this in, as well as, I don't have it, the Wii Sakshi. I already did that review. So yeah, I've done an unboxing, I've done a first impressions and a disassembly of this knife, and it's time for the full review. After carrying it probably like 4 or 5 times, I didn't go crazy. I don't think I carried it the whole day those 4 or 5 times. I've had multiple penguins, just not in titanium, so I know this knife very well. You can go back and watch my review of the Rainbow Carbon Fiber S35BN Knives Plus exclusive version of the Penguin. That's the one I reviewed. I had a Denim Micarta one in D2 that I had before the channel, I think. I don't think I ever did a video on that. But yeah, this one's in full titanium. This one's available at most retailers. It's not an exclusive of any kind. It is a frame lock, and it's titanium scales. Sadly, it's right-hand clip only. That's probably my biggest gripe with this knife. Other than just the size of it being a little bit small for me, I just would prefer if they made it just a touch bigger. Seems like they did about a 3 1/4 inch edge, and maybe 3 1/2 would have been better. Let's see. I believe this guy here is 3 1/2. So pivot to pivot. Yeah, I think this is 3 1/4. And I don't know, it fits my hand. I used to love this knife, but I don't know, the more I hold it, I want to spread out, and it feels like I'm cramping in to get everything behind this, this hump. You know, if they didn't have that hump, which is weird, right? Because it's not a flipper. You know, there's really no need for that hump. They could have used this space right here and continued the handle, and you would have had more room, but I kind of have to climb up here so that I can spread out. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself here. So, we're working with titanium, and we're working with 154 cm. This is a kind of darkened tie, and then a dark stonewash on the blade. You can see 154 cm, at least hopefully you can see that. I showed it in my disassembly. There's the QSP logo, of course. And then you have these titanium thumb studs in this gray silver that looks cool, and all the hardware is kind of the same thing, satiny, right? So aesthetics, it's a penguin, guys. I really do like the look of this knife. This is kind of the knife that broke me in terms of warnies. I was never really a big warnie guy. I'm still not the biggest warnie guy, but I have an appreciation for them way more than I used to. I used to just overlook them completely. I used to just love drop points, you know. Now I love tantos. I like warnies. I like clip points. I like a lot of things. But this is the knife that really got me going on warnies. So I got to give it credit for that. It looks more like a bird than a penguin. Kind of looks like, you know, some kind of toucan or pelican or something. But, you know, is a penguin a bird? Because that was a dumb statement if it is. I just realized that. I think they're No, they have eggs, don't they? Shit. I'm an idiot. Anyway, aesthetically, cool knife. Kind of went over ergos already. It's just a little short for me, but it is very neutral. Fits very well in terms of, you know, that neutral grip. It works. This doesn't tie you in too much. This does. It kind of makes you sit right here and cramp in. So your better bet is to just kind of like let your pinky kind of hang out wherever, and then just make sure these three are on there, right? So ergos are fine. It just depends on your hand size, right? Some people are just gonna think this knife is too small for them, and I can definitely see that. So yeah, cutting. It's a Penguin, guys. It's absolutely fantastic. Got that Warney blade on it. It's got a good edge on it. QSP always does a good job, pretty thin behind the edge. It's got a flat grind on it or saber grind on it. So yeah, I have no problems with the cutting. I mean, it's not the thinnest thing behind the edge. Definitely not the thickest. It's probably in the 18 thousandths range, maybe a little less. It's really good. I like the finish on the blade. Dark stonewash really helps with hiding wear and such. Much better than, I think it looks much better than a DLC finish, in my opinion. Carry. So this is the negative. It's right hand only. Did pop into my pocket pretty good. The retention doesn't feel like it's good. Yeah, it's okay. But it works exceptionally well. Pops in, pops out. You don't have much sticking out, like this much. Would I have appreciated them just sticking with their old clip? Yeah, but I don't think they could, right? Because that was kind of mounted from the top, if I remember right. And this kind of has an open construction, so it just wouldn't have worked. But they could have easily helped us out here and put a clip on the other side for lefty. I can move the clip a little bit because it's only held in by one screw, but it's kind of me really pushing on it. They did a good job with the clip. If you're right-handed, there's no problem with this, right? If you're left-handed, you feel left out. Maybe you bought one anyway. I don't know. Sounds. So, sounds are interesting. It has a good thwack out, right? It's not loud, but it's satisfying. The close, just a little click. It's nice. I like the sounds on this. The one sound I don't like is the lock stick. Every time you disengage, I don't know if you can hear it. It clicks. It clicks every time you disengage. So, there's a little bit of lock stick. I tried Sharpie. I tried pencil. Nothing really worked. I think it's just kind of part of this knife. That's stupid that I said that, but I've heard other people say they have that click, so I think that just is what it is. I'd give it a 6 out of 10, maybe a 7 on sounds. It's nice. I do want to mention this does have a steel lock bar insert and an over travel stop. You can see the over travel there. And it's pretty common to have those things, but, All right, so action, right? It's a Penguin. Very good thumb stud action. This is on ball bearings. Their other Penguins are normally on phosphor bronze with the little nylon washer in the middle or Teflon washer in the middle. You can see it's very smooth. It's not drop shut, but it's really good. I don't think it's any worse or better than when I had it before I took it apart. It is dead nut centered. You can see there, dead on dead nuts. Yeah, you can flick it left, right-handed with the thumb flick. Reverse flick, right-handed is really good. The reverse flick, left-handed, surprisingly works pretty well. This lock bar is not too much of an issue. Maybe if I ride all the way up here, yeah, now I can't get it. If I put my thumb all the way up here, but anything down here, even above the clip, like I'm above the clip a little bit, ow, now it's just tearing my finger off, and I don't want to mess with that, so I'm lowering. So, yeah, you want to stay near that clip. That's the thing, right? it's an issue. It's always an issue having a frame lock when you're left-handed with thumb studs, because you want to reverse flick. If you're like me, you want to reverse flick it, and you got to be careful where your fingers are landing, right? Like, even one of my favorite knives on this planet, the EMP EDC Nimble, I do have to be pretty careful with my fingers. Now, this one, I don't know if I've just learned and gotten so used to it that I never have issues, but if I put my finger right on that lock bar, I am not getting this out, right? Anywhere else, it's fine. And that's just how it's going to be with a frame lock if you're left-handed. So it's just something to deal with. Does it make me not want to get this knife as a lefty? Yes. For me personally, I'm not going to spend the $90 on this because I'm going to occasionally have that issue. And this knife is not perfect when it comes to that. The more I've handled it, the more I've felt that, right? At first, I was like, it's fine. Because at first, I'm always like, be by the clip, be by the clip, be on the clip, be on the clip. I tell myself that, right? But the more and more I play with a knife, the more relaxed I get, the more I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to go naturally where I want to go. And where I want to go naturally is right here. And I can't flick it. So that bothers me. So I'm not going to buy this knife, right? That plus they screwed us with the clip. Come on, QSP. You know, give me a lefty clip on this, man. Or make a lefty version. How about that? You know, make a lefty version. That would be dope. Do I recommend it? Yeah. I mean, if you're right-handed, this is easy to buy. I mean, do I want 154 cm on a $90 knife? Not really. But QSP uses a lot of 154 cm. I will say they do it very well. Like the Finch knives, they do very well. Would I prefer S35? Yeah. I think if Asher Knives can do a full titanium Spiro with S35VN for $90, then a bigger company like QSP could definitely do it. So I don't know if they just had a lot of 154 cm laying around or they wanted to maximize profit by going to that. But I think they could have done S35 and kept the price under 100 still. Even if you made it 99, people would have bought the shit out of it with S35, right? So that's one thing I would have appreciated on the knife. But not a huge deal. It's an awesome knife, guys. It's the Penguin. But if you're left-handed, I'd probably stick with getting a fancy, getting an exclusive from Knives Plus. If you want to get a better one, just get one in S35 with denim micarta or rainbow carbon fiber instead of this, because you're going to get caught up on that lock bar and it's eventually going to bother you like it did me. So that's it, guys. Big shout out to Brandon Thrasher. Love the dude. Go check out his channel. Link is below. I love you all. I truly appreciate you letting me rant and rave and ramble as usual. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.